The 2025 NFL Scouting Combine is behind us, and we have a lot more information about the draft thanks to the Indianapolis rumor mill. With those things in mind, let's dive into my Tennessee Titans mock draft 2.0. With the first overall pick, I have the Titans taking Cam Ward, quarterback out of Miami. Now, following the combine, I wrote at length and did a video, by the way, so go back on the YouTube page and check that out, about why Cam Ward is going to be the first pick in the 2025 NFL draft. I believe that strongly. That's not to say the Titans will necessarily be the ones making that selection, because a trade down is still firmly in play for them. As teams below them in the draft order get more and more desperate for a quarterback option, an offer they can't refuse is liable to come across their desk. The main team we're watching for that is the Giants at 3, but don't count out the Browns at 2, the Raiders at 6, or the Jets at 7. All of that being said, I see the Titans with two real options here. They're either going to trade down and select somebody else in the top 10, or they're going to take Cam Ward at 1. That's what I think is going to happen. Now, that entirely hinges on their final evaluation of the Miami quarterback, which has gone well so far. After their first meeting with him in Indianapolis, Ward is going to be spending the day in Nashville on a 30 visit with the Titans decision makers. In this mock, I had the Titans falling in love with their quarterback of the future. The number 2 overall player on the consensus draft board heads to Tennessee to revitalize the franchise. For day 2, I've got a trade. The biggest reason a trade down from the first overall pick is so firmly in play is because of the state of this team right now. This is a legitimate rebuild, which is a word that Chad Brinker used for the first time this past week in Indianapolis. This new version of Tennessee leadership is eyes wide open on where they're at. They think this is a multi-year overhaul that's going to take patience and, most importantly, picks. With only 2 top 100 picks in this draft, the opportunity to sell the first pick for a handful of valuable swings this year and next is pretty tempting. In this mock, I have them finding a best of both worlds solution to this problem, taking their guy at number 1 and then trading down from 35. In my trade, Cincinnati sends number 49 and 81, and the Titans send back 35 and 241. This comes out to a plus 383 transaction for the Titans on the Fitzgerald-Spielberger trade value chart. This surplus value is in the ballpark of the second round trade that's detailed on your screen right now that we saw last year, which coincidentally involved the exact same pick. In my mock trade, the Bengals send a little extra juice since Tennessee is moving down further than the Cardinals did in 2024. If you're part of the Tennessee faithful, you know just how many years the Titans have shaved off your life with the emotional roller coaster of sports. Or maybe the roller coaster of life is messing with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals. The new year is a blank space for you to write a new story. BetterHelp makes it easier to get started. They are our incredible sponsor for this video. Regardless, if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or if you're just a human going through a hard time, therapy can give you the tools you need to approach your life in a very different way. That's where our sponsor, BetterHelp, comes into play. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. And this is an important mission because finding a therapist can be really hard, especially when you're limited to the options in your area. Easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost if it's not the right fit. BetterHelp's platform makes finding a therapist easier because it's online and remote. BetterHelp can match you to a professional therapist in as little as a few days. Plus, with our link, you get 10% off your first month. Start fresh any day of the year with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/ATOZsports and get 10% off your first month of therapy with BetterHelp. With the 49th pick in the second round, I've got the Titans taking Princely Umanmielen, edge out of Ole Miss. Now, with their second round pick, the Titans take the 49th player on the consensus big board right now. Umanmielen was a pressure machine during his time at Ole Miss. His prototypical frame paired with elite explosiveness and above average athleticism is exactly what the doctor ordered for this depleted Titans edge room. He'll need to add some diversity to his bag of rushing tricks at the next level, but with the right coaching, he'll be terrorizing quarterbacks as a rookie starter. With the 81st pick in round 3, the Titans take Savion Williams, wide receiver out of TCU. With their newfound third-round pick, the Titans take a massive receiver with tremendous upside. TCU's Savion Williams is a freak with outstanding traits and immediately adds serious juice to an empty Titans wide receiver room. The 80th overall player on the consensus big board, Williams' production profile from this past year at TCU is confusing at first glance. But when you dive into the tape, I see a lot of very, very poor quarterback play and some confusing deployment from his coaches that explains a lot of it away for me. The potential at the next level here is outrageous. At nearly 6'4", 222 pounds, with massive hands and blazing speed for his size, he's going to offer the Titans something they really haven't had in regularity since A.J. Brown. He's your built-in-a-lab X receiver at the next level, but he'll have some hybrid ability as well. Refinement is the key for him in the NFL, where he'll need to learn better details of the position to be a true starter. But with what he offers athletically and good enough college production to boot, he's halfway to becoming a big-time offensive weapon for you. To kick off day 3 at pick 102 in round 4, the Titans take Ozzie Trapio, offensive tackle out of Boston College. The Titans address the trenches for the first time in the draft here. Trapio is the 100th overall player on the consensus big board, and the Boston College product is an above-average athlete with over 2,300 college snaps at both tackle positions. He's relatively balanced, excelling a little bit more in the pass game than in the run game, and his technique shows really well on tape. He's got a strong enough anchor to hang against NFL bull rushers, which probably sounds simple, but that's something the Titans are going to be looking for in their new linemen this offseason. Strength and quality anchor. It's something they lacked all year long at the right tackle position. With their second fourth-round pick at 119, the Titans take Danny Stutzman, linebacker out of Oklahoma. The 122nd overall player on the consensus big board is Oklahoma's Danny Stutzman, a do-it-all linebacker. The Titans need help at linebacker badly, particularly in coverage and fitting runs. Stutzman gives you that and more. He's a run stopper first, but his athletic testing at the combine blew some people away. At his size, Stutzman is certainly athletic enough to develop into a plus coverage linebacker in the right system. With the 142nd pick in round 5, the Titans take Jalen Rivers, guard out of Miami. Rivers is the 172nd player on the consensus big board, but I expect him to rise up boards between now and draft day. The Titans take him here in the 5th round, reuniting him with the quarterback he protected in college. He'll likely move inside at the next level to play guard, but he has impressive length and size, which may offer some versatility. His strength is against the pass, where his dense frame and impressive strength go to work against edge rushers. He'll go a long way in helping keep Cam Ward upright in the NFL. At pick 168 in round 5, the Titans take Jonas Sanker, safety out of Virginia. The Titans need help badly at safety as well, and they take the 165th overall player on the consensus big board late in the 5th round. Jonas Sanker showed off his impressive athleticism at the combine last week, which matches what he put on tape. His speed and burst will flash as a box safety in the NFL, allowing him to cover every part of the field. Where he lacks is his feel for the game, something a good coaching staff can get him up to speed on with experience. If he can begin to see the game a hair faster and trigger that athleticism in the right directions, he has starting safety potential. And finally, with pick 179 in round 6, the Titans take a swing on Isaac TeSlaa, wide receiver out of Arkansas. With their final pick, the Titans take a flyer on the wide receiver who has really put himself on the map in the past week. Arkansas's Isaac TeSlaa is a freak of nature athlete that qualifies as a great day 3 swing. He's a fluid and explosive receiver, which he showed off in the gauntlet drill in Indianapolis. The Titans have struggled to find wide receivers who can separate in the NFL lately, and TeSlaa has the physical ability to get wide open. If he refines his technique, he could be a total draft steal. For A to Z Sports Nashville, I'm Easton Freeze.